I'm done. I think I'm not ready to go through that again. Not taking decision is already taking a decision. I was so sure of everything, you know. I don't want to say stupid, but it was never say never, but I think we're good. So that's my answer. Bonjour everyone, I am back from Paris. I am finished with the design week. I'm finally home. I saw my kids. I'm super happy to be home. My dad is coming today. I'm super happy. So, I wanted to answer some of your questions that you sent me on Instagram, and we're gonna do a little Q&A. First questions I received is, how many kids would you like to have? I think this is a question that I received a lot, like people asking me if I want a third baby or something like this. I think we're good with 2, honestly. We're so lucky because we have a boy and a girl, and I feel like I already have my hands full. I don't know, I would not, never say never, obviously, but as much as I would love to have like a football team, I think that rationally we are so good now, and I don't see myself like creating a new life at the moment and adding someone to our family. I want to enjoy what we have and the kids that we have, and I want to see them grow, I want to take care of them, and so I don't see myself having another one at the moment, but I honestly think that I'm done with 2. I think I'm done with 2, so never say never, but I think we're good. So that's my answer. How do you learn to speak Italian? I learned speaking Italian by living in Italy and having an Italian husband. So I basically arrived in Italian. I didn't know a word of Italian. And basically when I met Riccardo, we were speaking English. Then I moved here with him and I started to listen to the people speaking, and just like that I started to speak. So I did said a lot of mistakes at the beginning, but I just threw myself there and started to do it, and now it was, just learn this way. I feel like honestly French and Italian is very similar, so I didn't need to take any class. I just kind of listened to the musicality of the language and started to try speaking, and then mistake by mistakes I learned, and now I speak fluently Italian. It's so funny because when I'm doing dinners or work things in Italy and they're like, oh my god, you speak so well Italian, I'm like, this is I'm super proud, I'm super happy, because I always wanted to learn Italian. I love this language, and to be able to speak it well is great. And Ricardo learned French also. He did take class of French when he was in high school, but he literally upgraded his level when he met me. Now he speaks perfectly French, so that's cute. I'm sorry for this hair. I will put some magic at some point, but everything is in my luggage. I didn't even unpack yet from Paris. I'm gonna do it later. Was the villa renovation smooth, or did you have lots of bad surprises? So about the villa, we did a Q&A with Ricardo, so if you want to check it out, go for it, because we go into many details, but the renovation was a pain in the ass. It has been very difficult. At some point, I was desperate, honestly, because it took way longer than it was supposed to do. The more we were digging in, the more we were seeing problems. It costed way more than we thought. Lots of time, lots of energy, lots of money, very stressful. And for some part of the renovation, we were living in Paris because I gave birth to Charlotte in Paris, and therefore while we were there, not many things moved on, so it was really complicated. And so we had to come back, and literally we moved next to the home to be able to, go there every single day. Ricardo literally spent so much time every single day with all the team of the house to make sure that everyone was aware of what they needed to do. He really did, it was a job. So yeah, not that smooth, but we did a lot, Hai dit Ricky. Ciao amore mio. Oh, volentieri, un cappuccino volentieri. Merci mon amour, je t'aime. I love my husband. It's do you want a cappuccino? So yeah, but honestly, I said all of this, but I think that so many people told me, you're gonna see when you are gonna move there, you're gonna forget everything. And it's true. When you move in, you forget everything. So it's just like at some point, you just have like exhaustion, you know, like you're kind of desperate, because we had like a period in which everything was like every week was more delay, more delay, more delay. And we were so exhausted. We really wanted to move in a house. We were living in a house that we didn't like so much, that was not ours, and we know we were staying there just for a little while, so we didn't even try to make it feel like home. So it was heavy. I feel like if you're doing renovation, it's better if you're staying in your home while you're doing that. Otherwise, you're gonna be just like us, and with basically like 1 year of like not having a house, not having a home, and going from a place to another, to a place to another. And it has been very intense, especially because we have 2 kids. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Adoro i tuoi video su YouTube, non smettere. Grazie, vi amo. E la community migliore. Can you show more the new house? I will show you more of the new house in June, okay? Because we shot something very special about the house, and I cannot show anything before it's coming out. So I will explain you everything. I will do your home tour, room tour. I will show you everywhere, everything that I sourced. I will explain you my choices. I will go into the details of everything after June, okay? And one thing that I will show you before that is the terrace, because the terrace is not finished, neither the balconies, and we are gonna work on it. I have something super interesting that I want to do there, and I will show you the process, because I can. It's gonna be ready around June also, but I will show you the process and how we are gonna get there, but it's gonna be cool. Ciao Gabrielle, in che lingua sogni? You know that I don't even know in which language I dream. It's so weird, because I am the kind of person that remember every little dream that I'm doing. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm so full on when I dream. Like tonight, guys, I dreamed that I was organizing stuff. Like, can you believe? I think it's because I arrived back home and I saw the mess everywhere, and I was like, oh my god, I need to organize. So I dreamed that I was organizing stuff. But I don't remember in what language it is. I feel like I remember the first time I learned in Italian. I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I dreamed in Italian. Like the language is really like getting on me. But now I don't think I make distinctions between French and Italian. I feel like English is a bit more foreign to me, so when I have to speak English, I'll have to concentrate more. But when I speak Italian or French, for me it's almost the same now, because I'm speaking Italian all the time, every single day. It became very natural. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I dream both French and Italian. How did you know Ricardo was the one? I think that the way, it's complicated, because when we had a second date, I completely fell in love with the guy, but I didn't know him. We had nothing in common. I didn't know anything about him. I was living in New York. He was living in Milan. We had completely different lives. So it was really complicated for me to project myself into the relationship, and I was also very scared. So I knew he was the one because he proved me and showed me that he would do everything to make our relationship work. And therefore, I had the confidence and the trust to be, okay, I can let myself go into this relationship. I can trust that man. I think that's how he proved me every single day, with like lots of little things that he did, big, small. He basically worked on like taking away every doubt I had, and that was it. And also, one of the things that I remember from Ricardo that made me also fall in love with him, because obviously he's so hot and he's so charismatic and he's so intelligent and he's so fun and no. So already I know that. But the 2 things that I was, oh my god, this is a very great man, Gabrielle, was he always say, when he says something, he does it, and he never say anything and not do it. Like, he took seriously his words. So when he says like, okay, I'm gonna do that, he's gonna do it, which is very rare, I think, these days. Oh my god, my throat. And the second thing that I noticed very early on in the relationship, and I was like, oh my god, this is a great man, is when I met him, like, he was treating and is treating the same way the CEO of the company and the cleaning lady, you know? So the way he's profoundly kind and not like, you have so many people in this industry, in many industries, that are like being kind or polite when it serves us. So they are going to be super nice with the CEO, the directrice of communication, things like this. But then when there's going to be like people with a smaller responsibility in the company that are not useful, they are not going to treat them the same way. And I noticed with Ricardo since the beginning of our relationship that this is not him. He treat everyone with kindness and respect in the same exact way, whatever is your responsibility, whatever is your job, whatever is your background. And I appreciate this so much. I think it's showing his colors, like he's such a nice human being, decent human being. And sometimes you have those guys that are successful and young that are assholes, lots of them. And him is not like that. He's such a kind, generous, humble human being. Is so intelligent and so generous, and I don't know, I'm very, very proud of him. And I noticed that in the beginning, and I was like, okay, this is the greatest man I ever met, honestly. And still this day is the greatest I ever met. Comment vas-tu depuis la naissance de ton deuxième bébé? So, the postpartum of Charlotte was very difficult. I think I really touched like the darkest spot. I feel like postpartum for me is terrible. Both times I had like very, very strong postpartum depression, very dark thoughts, horrible. And I also think that's one of the reasons I think I'm done with kids, is that I don't think I can like affront this a third time. Like, it was so difficult. And Romeo is becoming aware of everything, and I don't want him to like see his mama like that, no? And it has been very difficult for me. Like, honestly, I went into some places in my head that were so dark. I spoke about it to Ricky. I've been super like supported, loved, and listened to, which helped me a lot. But even though I felt like I was really running through hell for a long time, I think I started to get better after 7 months, getting better hormonally, mostly because I think the second time around physically I got better earlier on. Like, I knew what was the C-section, so I kind of like got back on my feet a bit quicker. So I think like between the third and the fourth month I was already like a bit stronger. Hormonally and emotionally I was like destroyed till 6-7 months. And I think like also the situation we were in, that we were not in a home, going from a place to another, not having this feeling of being home, and like was really difficult handling in the middle of everything that I was feeling, and obviously taking care of our kids and blah blah blah. So it was very difficult. Now I'm so much better and I'm improving every day. I'm getting back to sport. I'm in my home, so I'm super happy. I'm having the headspace to think about my future and what I want to do with my life, and think again a bit about myself, because all of those years between Romeo and Charlotte, all I thought about was them, and I didn't really have space for me. Having space for me was being a mom, making sure I was providing things for them that they needed, building like some assets for them, and the care, the love, all of that, no? And this is the first time I'm actually, now Charlotte is over a year old, and this is the first time I'm like, okay, now I think I have time to think about myself a bit more. And it's so nice because I kind of lost myself through pregnancies and giving birth, and I think it's probably something that is pretty normal for a woman to go through in this period. And I'm so grateful anyway, because I wouldn't change a thing. Like, I'm so happy with having my loves with me, and it's the greatest gift of my whole life. And came back home yesterday night, and waking up with the kids is like the happiest I can be. So if I had to do it all over again for them, I will do it, but I'm done. I think I'm not ready to go through that again. But now I feel better. Gabrielle, how can I stop being afraid of changes, afraid to make an important decision? So I'm a Libra, so I don't take easily decision. Like, I have to weigh every little consequences and options of every little decision I'm taking in my life. But I do believe that not taking decision is already taking a decision, and not making a move is already making a move. So you rather just do something, because if you just stay there and wait, you already took the decision to stay there and wait. So you're just stuck. You're not gonna make any progress and you're just gonna live in this frustration, you know? So take the decision, make mistake, learn from your mistake, and just keep on going. I think that it's so important to make mistakes. Like, it's so important to try and fail, and you can do it on everything about life, you know? No one has a perfect road, and we all make mistake. We have to accept that and live with that, and we are growing as human beings. We are not the same. We don't have the same experience. We don't have the same values. We don't have the same family culture. So, you know, we basically live in our own experience, and the more you do, the more you're opening your mind, and the more you are able to see through the truth, you know. But I don't know, I think like the past years I realized that when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I was so sure of everything, you know. I felt like I knew the right answer for everything. I was very opinionated, I was very sure of everything. And I was a bit intolerant, I have to say. Like, I would think that my choice was the right choice, and if you thought another way, then you were wrong. Being in my 30s now, I'm 34, I realized that this was so, I don't want to say stupid, but it was clearly out of ignorance, because the more you know, the less you know. The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know anything, and there's so much more you need to know and learn. So I'm way less opinionated, and I feel like this is also helping in the sense that you have to try and learn, and you have to give yourself like grace if you fail, because that's the process of life experience. And if you want, I am gonna share with you this book that I'm reading at the moment. I don't know if I bring my bag. It's in French, but I think you can find it in other languages. I got this book a bit by mistake. I thought it was like a roman about like the risk taking. So I was super excited because someone recommended it, saying like it was for the people who are afraid now. And I was like, okay, I need that. I'm a bit afraid in my life. So I want to have like this fire. And it's not this at all. This is it, Le Goût du Risque, from Andrea Marcolungo, Patrice Franceschi, and Loic Finaz. Okay. This is basically a political, I don't know how to say, eloge about risk. This is all about how you need to be free and how you need to take risk, and how risk is inherent in the life. And if you take away the risk, and you, instead of like having the freedom that goes with the risk, you go into the control and the defense, you're gonna lose what's inherent to our human experience. It's very interesting. I do not agree with everything because it's very political, but I think it's also so nice to read something that you don't agree with. Like, coming back to what I was saying before, I love to know the point of view of people that think differently. I think that there's nothing more boring than speaking with people that think exactly like you. Like, you're never gonna learn from that. So reading this book in this phase of my life is so interesting, and it's really nice to also have the self-arbitre, and they speak about that you can, you know, read about something, not agreeing with it, but having pleasure, learning how other people feel about some topics, you know, and maybe you get something from it. So get it. Also, it's very easy. You can read it in a day. So let me know. Best foundation, girls, I'm so in love with the foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I love it. I also really love the Armani Luminous Silk. I've been working with them for years. I stopped now, but I used them product for so long, and I love their foundation. I think that is great. I think Charlotte Tilbury is amazing because you have like, it's a bit more covering and it's a bit more glowy maybe. Armani Luminous Silk is great because it's really like a second skin effect, but now that I have a bit of like marks and acne, I don't know how covering it would be, because when I was using it I didn't have any of this. So, but I love both. You should try it. Try both on your skin and have a look what you prefer. Also because of the shades and everything. Like, I think also having the right shade is the most important. How do you build confidence in yourself? I have endometriosis and lack confidence. Oh my god, it's so complicated to build confidence, and I'm trying to make every every day a little something that makes me feel good. So I'm speaking to you, I put some eye patches, and this is a little something to make me feel good. I'm gonna brush my hair and I'm gonna do a little makeup because I wanna make myself feel pretty. I'm gonna step into clothes that make me feel powerful. I'm gonna read something that is gonna make me feel inspired. I'm gonna speak with people that are gonna make me feel loved, and I'm gonna spend some time being productive and working on something that makes me wanna be better. So I think it's like those little things every day to force yourself to do something that is positive from you and not the opposite. You know what I mean? So it's something that makes you feel good. Speak with people that make you feel good and not with people that are gonna be toxic or like treating you like shit, like all of this, you know? A 360 like self-care. So your body, your soul, your mind. I do a bit of exercise when I feel tense so I can let go the bad energy. Like it's all those little things to feel better. And this is how I think I'm building my confidence lately, and it's working. So try it and let me know how it goes. An aesthetic treatment you recommend. Guys, I'm gonna do something in 10 days. I met this doctor and he's gonna make injections of vitamins inside of my skin here to help with the skin barrier problems and everything. So I will take you with me and I will let you know how it goes. I'm a bit scared of injections, but this is like all natural and apparently does wonder. And you have to do it like when you start, you do it once a month for 3 months and then you do it for every 6 months. So I'm gonna try it. One thing that I did a long time ago that is amazing is laser. Like now it's summer so you cannot do it, but laser is life-changing. When I used to have like very bad acne when I was 20 something, I had like lots of acne scars, brown acne scars, like some holes, always in the cheeks by the way, it's always there. I took Roaccutane that destroyed me, but it worked, and then I did laser fractionné, so painful but magical. I did it once, it was over. I had like the skin of a fucking baby. So if you have like a good doctor space around you, go to the dermatologist and make yourself have a laser that works for your skin. I think it's the best thing. I'm not into like all those like vampire stuff, and this is not for me. A good laser I think do wonders. What's the best and more challenging part of creating your home? The best part is you're creating your home, so you can choose everything. It's really yours. You can go crazy. Like I did so many things that were crazy. Like I did like a toilet that is only with mirrors and like you do you know? So it's so cool. I think that what is most challenging is like the financial stress. The financial stress is horrible because you feel like here, you know? So this has been complicated, and also I think that you take so many decisions that you also have to let go of the fear of making mistakes, because cannot be perfect. You will do some stuff and be like, oh, maybe I could have done it differently, you know? So, but it was amazing. I'm so proud of the house that we built, also because I really did this home, like from where we're gonna place like the electric prize to everything, the colors of the walls, the each and every furniture and everything. I had mood boards for each and every room. Like it has been like such an intensive 2 years of work, but so good, so good. Where do you live now? I live at the lake. I live at the lake. I'm super happy to live here. I love it. How is La Semaine Paris? I miss content about it. What happened to La Semaine? Guys, I did a whole video about it. I'm gonna link it to here. La Semaine is in pause now. There's nothing happening. So I have like few months to figure out what I'm gonna do about it. I don't know, but it's probably not gonna come back unless we find the finance to do it and the right partner to do it. So it's a bit complicated, and I'm gonna take this time that I have now to think, to really like dig in and understand what I'm gonna do with it. But I miss it too a lot. I miss it too. I'm wearing the pieces every day. I miss like going to the studio and working on the clothes. I'm super happy because I'm doing this capsule collection that will come out in November with another brand. So I'm super happy to be back in the studio. Friday I'm gonna see the models and work on the pieces. Like I'm so excited about it, but yeah, I miss it. I miss it a lot. How are you able to switch off despite the intensity of your life? Totally. I think that I learned, I think like 2 years ago. Probably when Romeo was there, it started, but I think 2-3 years ago I learned to completely shut off. I shut off when I'm with my kids and my family. I don't think about anything else. I don't check my phone. I don't do anything. I let go of everything. Indeed, I know that when my dad is gonna come, I'm gonna let go of the vlog a bit. I'm gonna let go of lots of things because I know how precious are those moments and I want to live them fully. I don't want to be thinking about other things. So I'm literally organizing myself to be able to live those moments. Before, I was not like that at all. I was never switching off, ever. And sometimes it was a bit like draining mentally. Now I think I'm so much better at doing it because I have kids and I live my life with them so privately. This is my little secret garden and I'm only with them when I'm with them. I don't think about anything else. So being a mom changed a lot that. I miss living in Milan so much. What is your favorite neighbor in the city? I love the Chinese area. I love it. I love it because it's next to the park, it's next to Brera, and there's so many great restaurants. Like, it's also a place that, as it's not bourgeois, you know, you have some very beautiful area in Milan, but on the Sundays and Saturdays, there's no one in the city. You feel like you live in a dead city, which was a shock for me as a Parisian. And because everyone is going away, they all have second houses, and around Milan, you have so many beautiful place, you have the mountains, you have the lakes. So from a certain period of the time of the year, like April, on the weekends in certain area, there's nothing anymore. No one is there, no? And I hate that. I love the Chinese area because on Sundays, the streets are going to be full. There are people around living their best life. So I love this area. I think it's super nice. Ti piace vivere in Italia? I love living in Italy. I'm super happy to be here. I fell in love with the culture. I fell in love with the man. I love Italy. I think it's such a great place to live. I know Italians complain a lot about Italy, but as French people complain a lot about France too. But for me personally, I'm super happy to be here. I love this country. I love where I'm living. I love the Lake Maggiore so much and I feel home. So it's amazing. I'm gonna do a last one. Skincare routine, guys. I did so many vlogs in which I'm sharing my skincare routine, so I will link it up. You can have a look. Do you miss Paris? Okay, we're gonna close by that. I do and I don't, and I'm in this period in which I'm thinking about leaving our Parisian home because I don't feel safe in Paris. I also not spending enough time there anymore. I feel like since we have this house now, when I'm going, I'm basically going for work. I'm going by myself, the kids are not going. So I don't even know if I want to keep this place. I think I will always... Obviously, Paris is always gonna be my hometown, so I will always have like something there. But for this period of life, I don't think it's really important, and it's a pain in the ass to take care of the house while we are not there also. It's another thing to think about, and I feel like I need to focus on what's important, and I want to think about my career, I want to think about La Semaine, I want to think about my future, and I don't want to think about like taking care of this house that no one is going in. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't like Paris so much anymore, to be really honest, because when I go there, I'm not with the kids. Our home used to be my favorite place on earth, but when I'm going there, it's not my kids, they're not Ricardo. So it feels like a empty shell. I hate this feeling. Indeed, when I was in Paris and I was at home, I almost didn't want it to be here. I would have preferred to be in an hotel, actually, which is weird. So I'm having some questions about it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this place, to be honest. I miss Paris sometimes, but not that much. Not now. I will always love the city, but I don't think that this is the place and the time for us now. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other question, don't hesitate to send it to me, and